One World Online School. This is the English course for level A11, and I'm Michael, your teacher. In this course, we will discuss two basic tenses. The present simple, to talk about habitual actions and things that are always true, and the past simple, to talk about things that happened in the past. We will also discuss prepositions, possessive adjectives, articles, and much more. By the end of the course, you will be able to answer questions like, who are you? What do you want to order? When were you born? And where did you go yesterday? The best way to learn is to watch all of the videos, and remember, you can watch them as many times as you want. Do all of the exercises, and I want you to study. See you on One World Online School. Bye! Introductions. So, when you meet someone for the first time, you will probably have to ask and probably answer these questions. The first question is, what's your name? And to answer, you say, I'm, and your name. So, I'm Michael. Or, if you prefer, you can say, my name is, and your name. My name is Michael. Obviously, if your name is Bob, do not say, I'm Michael. Say, I'm Bob. All right? The second question is, where are you from? To answer this, you say, I'm from, and then a city, a state, or a country. I'm from Florida. The third question is, how old are you? So, how old are you is asking for your age. You answer with I'm, the number, years old, or just I'm and the number. For example, I'm 26, or I'm 26 years old. The fourth question is, what do you do? What do you do is asking for your profession. It is asking for what you do in your life. So, I'm a teacher. But it could be, I'm an engineer. I'm an artist. It's your choice. It's your profession. The last question is not for the first time you meet someone, but you will use it quite often. And it is, how are you? How are you is asking for how you feel. So, how are you? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm not very well. And you will use this in almost every conversation. So, remember to study. Bye!
Hi everybody! Today we are talking about one of the most important verbs, alright, the verb to be. But before we can talk about the verb, you need your subjects. So, the first subject is I, okay, and the second is you. In our first video, we talked about these two subjects. So, for example, where are you from? I am from the United States. But there are still other subjects. We have the third person singular. For example, he, for a boy or a man. She, for a girl or a woman. And it, for an object or for an animal. Okay? Now, we is when we have the first person plural. Okay, so it means you, the speaker, are included in the group. Then we have you, the second person plural. So you, the people that watch the video. Okay? They, the third person plural, when you talk about a group of people that you are not talking to directly. These subjects are very, very important in all of the English language because we use them in all of the different tenses, and in English it is obligatory to put the subject in the majority of cases. So let's start with the verb to be. I am. You are. He is. So a boy is. She is. The girl is. It is. Maybe an object or an animal is. We are. You, plural, are. They, plural, are. Now, it is not very difficult to use the verb to be. However, you have to be careful with the conjugation. All right? So, one of the problems is we don't use the full form. We use an abbreviated form, okay, the contracted form. I am becomes I'm. You are, you're. He is, he's. She is, she's. It is, it's. Then we have we are, we're. You are, you're. And they are, they're. It is very important to study the verb to be because you will use it in many, many situations. I recommend using flashcards. Now, there's a very specific reason why I advise my students to do this, and it's because many people learn the verb to be all together. So, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, you are, they are. And it's not wrong. And if you learned the verb to be in that way, don't worry. However, when we are having a conversation in English, it is important to be able to conjugate the verb to be very, very quickly. And so I recommend dividing it and mixing it. So take a piece of paper, cut it into squares, and write a subject on each square. On the back, you should write the conjugation of the verb to be. So, you are. He is, etc. It is something that is very easy to do, it doesn't cost any money, and it will help you to conjugate the verb to be quickly and fluidly. That's all. So, goodbye, see you next time.